friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is something that I should have been doing more regularly and haven't done for a little while. So today we're going to be talking about the book club selection for September. This was The Midnight Robber by Nalo Hopkinson, and this is sci-fi, speculative fiction based on a Caribbean setting but also a fantasy setting. So this one incorporates Caribbean culture along with a kind of dystopic futuristic setting where people are connected to a web presence. AI speaks to them through earphones, and they're constantly linked into this network which kind of guides them. Not very different from our present lives, I must say, but this is also a coming-of-age story where we're learning about a young girl named Tantan and the family dynamics that sparks this very dysfunctional relationship between her and her father. And something happens with her dad, and he is exiled from their life and transported to a kind of penal colony where she goes with him. And so it is about her being in involuntary exile. But there's a lot that happens in this book. I don't want to tell you too much of the story, and so I struggle with how much to reveal when I'm trying to build the interest. So if you like books that are Caribbean based but not necessarily set in the present Caribbean, then you might like this. If you like books that are a little bit speculative, where you could definitely see the link between our present reality and this other world, then you might like that. There's also a lot about this book that speaks to fantasy, speaks to like the traditional fairy tale, it speaks to like the traditional fairy tale stories, and takes some of those storylines and turns them on their head, but also shows how some of those terrible situations could persist even when people try to choose differently. So I give you an example without going in depth about the story. So like, you know, the story of Cinderella and the two adult women who have very significant say in her life. So Cinderella is almost enslaved by her evil stepmother, and then she's also saved by the fairy godmother, right? So two adult women who have the potential to change Cinderella's life, and do. One negative and one positive. And in this book we also see some of that. So we have the relationship between Tantan and her mother, even though she's separated from her mom, like some of the things that she's learned from her mother and how those persist, but also the other people who step in as surrogate parents when her relationship with her biological parents are terrible, and what those people choose to do, whether they help or hinder her progress. So again, there's a lot about this book that I don't want to spoil for you, so I'm definitely recommending that you read it. I really enjoyed it. We read it in the book club, and most people gave it a very favorable rating. One of our book club members said that she read Brown Girl in the Ring by the same author and preferred that over this one. So maybe this might be a place to start. You might want to explore more books by this author. But this is definitely a recommendation, like I said, if you like Caribbean books but may want to see a little bit of a different Caribbean culture than the reality, then you may love this book. One of the things that the author does really well with setting this in a Caribbean, not specifically Jamaica, because the author does have Jamaican background, but she incorporates dialect and phraseology from various parts of the Caribbean. So there are places in this book where you may feel like you're in a fictional Jamaica, but then there are other places where the banter, the dialogue sounds like you're in Haiti or Trinidad or St. Vincent or St. Lucia. You can definitely hear those words and that accent coming through in this book. Also, the audio has come highly recommended by Alba from Seriella. I'll link her channel down below, and Laura, who does not have booktube but she's very active on Instagram, so I'll link her Instagram as well if you want to go check out what other book club members had to say about the book. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is my little attempt in recommending this book. I probably didn't do this book justice because this is not my preferred genre to read, But I also know that right now in October, a lot of people want to pick up books that have a little bit of a spooky theme. And this one, as you can see from the cover, there are some skeletons here. So if you're looking for a book with skeletons on the cover, you might want to check this one out. So thank you so much for watching this video. We'll be back soon with another discussion video, and I hope you'll join me for it. Until then, happy reading. Bye!